Hello, children. Let us continue to know more about one of the most powerful ruler of Mauryan dynasty, Emperor Ashoka the Great. He was one of the greatest rulers known to history. The lions that we see on our notes, coins, and other government documents were carved and placed on massive stone pillars on instructions of Emperor Ashoka. He was the first ruler who tried to take his messages to people through inscriptions. Most of Emperor Ashoka's inscriptions were written in Prakrit and Brahmi language, which was the language of the common people. Brahmi is the script from which most of the Indian languages that we use today have developed. Shown in the picture here, the script underwent lots of changes with passing years. In spite of having such a vast empire, he wanted to conquer Kalinga as it was the dream of his ancestors. He sent a message to Raja Anant Padmanabhan of Kalinga to surrender himself. But he preferred to fight war with Ashoka instead. A very bloody and horrific battle was fought, killing lakhs of people. The battle was won, yet he rose in stature by being the only ruler in the world who gave up his conquest in spite of winning it. Horrified and shocked by the violence and bloodshed caused by the war, Ashoka decided not to fight any more wars. He was greatly influenced by the teachings and ideas of Lord Buddha and decided to observe dharma and teach others also to follow the same. There were a lot of problems that troubled him. The people in his empire followed different religions, which sometimes led to conflict and fights. Animals were sacrificed, slaves and servants were ill treated. There were quarrels in families and amongst neighbors. Ashoka felt it was his duty to solve the problems of his people. He appointed officials known as Dhamma Mahatma who went from place to place teaching Ashoka's Dhamma. He got his messages inscribed on rocks and pillars for people to read. Those who were unable to read, he instructed his officials to read the messages for them. The Dhamma Mahatmas were sent to faraway lands such as Syria, Egypt, Greece and Sri Lanka. So what did his rock edicts consist of? Now since that time we have been following many rituals like when people fall ill, rituals to be done when children get married, when children are born or when people go on a journey. Ashoka said these rituals are not at all useful. But instead of these, we can observe other practices which are very helpful, like being gentle with slaves and servants, respecting elders, treating all creatures or living beings with compassion, giving gifts to Brahmins and monks, as their livelihood depends on the alms given by the people. Ashoka said, it is wrong to praise our own religion and criticize other religions. He said it is better to understand the main ideas of all religion and respect them. People were highly influenced and very much appreciated these ideas and started to follow them. Many of his rock edicts can be even found today in many parts of our country, as shown in the map here and in our textbook. Ashoka did many welfare activities for his people. He started many hospitals which provided free medical treatment to the people and animals. The Mauryan period was very peaceful and prosperous time in India. We Indians are still proud of it. And that's why we have kept our national emblem, which is one of the Mauryan sculpture. Ashoka had also promoted sculptures of many different varieties. The Rampurva bull, a polished stone sculpture of a bull, which was part of Mauryan pillar found in Rampurva region of Bihar, has been placed at Rashtrapati Bhavan. just as we have found the Ashokan pillar at Sarnath near Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh. Sadly, after Ashoka, the Mauryan dynasty did not have any more of such powerful rulers. The last Mauryan king was killed by his own commander in chief, Pushyamitra Sunga, who started the Sunga dynasty. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, our first Prime Minister, felt that Ashoka's teachings are still relevant in our society and we need to learn a lot from them. Children, do you also feel the same? Now, during this time, when our Emperor Ashoka was busy preaching Dharma, let us know what was happening in our surrounding countries. Children, we all know about the Great Wall of China, but do you know when it was built? Nearly 2400 years ago, that is, few years before the Mauryan Empire began. The Chinese emperors started to get the Great Wall constructed to protect China from the pastoralists. Several thousands of laborers worked together to build this wall, which is nearly 6,400 kilometers long, made up of stone and brick with watchtowers at every 100 meters. It took nearly 2000 more years to complete the structure. With this, we come to the end of this lesson. Now let us take a quick recap of the whole lesson together. Watch the video attentively and also do read the textbook lesson thoroughly well. And note down all the question answers, activities and worksheets that are forwarded to you. Bye till then.